Hi Aquarius, thanks for joining me. This will be a general love reading for you guys from the 23rd to the 28th of February. It is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Don't worry too much if you don't know what your Moon, Rising or Venus sign is. If you check the description box below the video, all that information's in there for you. Also, please remember that time is fluid, so this could have already happened. It could be happening now, or it could be happening sometime in the future. And also, please remember that these are general love readings, okay? They won't apply to everyone out there. Just take what resonates with you or for you and leave the rest. Okay, so let's have a look and see what... Oh, that was quite quick, wasn't it? It didn't even shuffle and it came out. Wow. Very determined to speak your mind, I feel, Aquarius. That's King of Air energy here. Speak your mind with confidence. Balance out mental and emotional considerations. So even though you're the mindset of, yeah, I want to speak a truth, you're actually getting yourself in there. You're getting yourself in there towards this energy. I feel it's taken some time though. It's taken some time. So you're a bit worried, I feel, about delivering this truth or speaking the truth of how you feel or how you want to move towards either a situation or how you want it to flow. However it resonates, you're a bit concerned about the outcome of this truth that you want to deliver. But very, very, very strong energy. Very good. Very, very good to be in that position. So I feel that you have, it's taken time to get there for some reason. Okay, so what else we need to know? Oh yeah. And when you do speak this truth, look, the wheel turns for you. A time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward because you're actually speaking. And it is a declaration. It's a declaration of the truth. No more hiding, they're giving me for some reason. So take it as it resonates. Look at that. The situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side because you're no longer hiding whatever this is and how it relates to you. Beautiful. Okay. What else does Aquarius need to know, please? In love. Aquarius in love from the 23rd to 28th of February. What does Aquarius need to know? What's Aquarius need to know? Highest messages. Ooh. Didn't quite make it out the pack there. Just flipped inside. So we've got the sun here. So moving on, I feel the wheel turns towards happier times. And you do see this person or situation as the sun in your life. You're working towards this happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. But if you have a look at this card here, you've got oodles of confidence going forward. And you know that when you come in and speak this truth with confidence, then I think has taken in a huge amount of time to get the courage up to move forward or to declare to this person. It says to me that you don't have any communication till you get to this King of Air energy. Everything suddenly gets better. Everything. But I think the main message in these cards is to have confidence in yourself. Confidence, confidence. They're asking you to get into this King of Air energy to move this situation forward, however it resonates with you. So it's coming in, speak a truth to someone in order to get towards this ultimate fulfillment, I was going to say. Wow. Wow, look at you go. Page of Fire. Very tiny message though, here, thinking about it. Oh, wow. We're actually declaring here, but I think, yeah, thinking about it, because we're coming from ego now, so it's a sense of lack. You're trapped by these thoughts of no forward movement, and you've been sitting in this melee of do I, don't I, do I, don't I, very push me, pull you energy. A false sense of entrapment. You're sitting, whoever I'm connecting with, is sitting behind this false self mask, pretending everything's fine when on the inside it isn't, because the sun isn't in your life. This is what you want to move towards. So you've trapped yourself, in effect, being overly focused on material things. So perhaps you were very busy gaining your stability, but it feels like there's fear in that, is losing material possessions for some reason. So perhaps you were leaving something in order to move towards something much more fruitful, much more in tune with your vision for the future. And it's almost, it feels like you haven't had any communication with this person, but you have been, wherever you've come from, it's very stagnant. Negative or fear-based thoughts. It's almost like I get from this card here, am I ever going to make it? It also feels like tremendous loss in money for some reason. And I do see that as kind of, I don't know why, the division of goods, or it could be divorce, but it seems very finite. It's a finality of something. Finality? I don't even know if that's a word. Why are you giving me this? Yeah, it's very, there's almost like they're giving me a stamp that goes down, and this stamp says over. It's almost like the stamp of that way of life's over. Or it feels like it's slipping away, but for your greater good, I feel, and it's for your highest good, because where you're coming from is very low vibrational, but a lot stuck in your own fears about how to move your life forward towards this Sun card here. Wow. Yeah, look at this. The Page of Fire. Beautiful. News of an exciting new endeavour. To connect with someone, maybe. Use your originality and ingenuity in order to message this person or communicate with them. However that resonates. It doesn't mean messaging. It's however it resonates. But to engage in a dialogue with someone, very confident here, but very cheeky, I feel, in the first instance, kind of like testing the waters to see how this person feels. But you're birthing a whole new you, a whole new universe with this King of Air, the Wheel, the Sun, this Page of Fire. It's very tiny. I feel that that's just a cheeky message. However you decide to do that, could be through social media, could be through, I don't know, however you choose to connect, but it's just like a winky face, hi, how are you doing? But you do want to declare something to this person here that you want to birth something new with. And it is a very, very, very strong declaration of the truth. So in the first instance, coming away from this instability here and just connecting with them on a very tiny level, you get into declaration mode. It's the energy shifts are huge. Wow. Okay. So what else does Aquarius need to know, please, in relation to this reading? Oh, okay. So you are moving. 9 of Water. It's just through this. Look at the shift in energies. 9 of Water. Your wishes come true, concerns fade away, and a love of life. So it's almost like the relief of this connection, connecting even with this tiny message, leads to you shifting energies into kind of like declaration mode, and everything starts to get so much better. It is a reconnection of something, but I do see that as this is fallow ground. So there has been some distance between both of you. Perhaps it's a renewal of a connection. Right, it's Knight of Fire. Sudden events that need immediate attention. Time is of the essence. God, couldn't even get my words out then. Essence. Tripping over my tongue. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. So coming out of this ego here, you want to fly away from it. These are action cards. So getting the va-va-voom up in order to move away from this almost like denial, trapping yourself in your own thoughts. and your own material desires, flying away from that, and with great speed. With great speed. There's a lot of energy in this reading, a lot of forward movement, which is beautiful to see. Okay, anything else for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, from the 23rd to the 28th. Yeah, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, release in the past, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on towards the sun, towards this line of water. And I think it is through just tiny messages and not, but then getting towards this energy of declaration. Wow, I seriously can't get my words out today. Told you it is about communication, and that's why I get so tongue-tied. Release, yeah, so you're releasing, I feel this, and it's almost like, it feels like the shedding of a skin. Oh no, that sounds really, oh no, shedding of a skin. It is, it's the transformation. It's almost like peeling back an onion, so you get to its core essence, which is for you the sun and the 9 of water, if you want to see it in those terms. But the shedding of a skin, it could be the transformation for you is transforming from that metamorphosis from a caterpillar chrysalis butterfly. So I feel you're at the chrysalis stage. You're transforming. See, about communication. I can't even go rid of this video either. Oh dear, I'm sure some readers have the same problem, but however, if I make a mistake, it has to be heard because the cards are here. You need to see them, so do apologise if I'm getting tongue-tied today, but yeah, the transformation of you from chrysalis into butterfly. Gorgeous energy. Gorgeous. So you're releasing this ego energy here and getting into this King of Fire. Forward movement. There we go. We're trotting off. Well, actually, we're not even trotting, are we, Aquarius? We're forging off. We're flying off with this energy here. It's gorgeous. So we've got this 10 of air. So thinking about it, no, from this ego and this release here. 10 of air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. But I feel the addiction, it's not addiction as everybody thinks, like, oh, substance addiction. Could well be, but I don't feel it is. I feel the addiction for you is just thinking about this situation. Just sitting in stagnant energy and just mulling it over. It's almost like you keep going back to the same thoughts about moving forward, and then you just can't do it. It's like dipping your toe into the water but then getting scared. If you paddle out too far, you won't make it back to the shore, and it's instability. And I think the addiction for you is actually thinking about this situation or coming forward towards this person connection, however it resonates with you. So I really can't get my words out today. But yeah, it feels like the instability of being in deep water, because I think that you do want to declare something that's very, 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 very deep. Very deep. You want to open up completely. No holds barred. So that is going to, I think, even thinking about opening your heart space is giving you a headache, and it's that instability within you. I want to do it. The desire is huge to go towards this situation, create it, or this person. But the insecurity it gives you within is huge. So it says to me that you've been sitting there mulling this over for a very, very long time. But now we're getting our energy levels up, look, and we're thinking, we've got fire in our belly. We want to move forward. We don't want this stagnation anymore. I say we, as in the collective. I am not an Aquarian, but, you know, the readings are, for me as well as you, it's intriguing to see what energy shifts you know, you guys are going through. So, and it's not me that picks the cards, it's not me that gives the advice, it's actually spirit, or my spirit guides, whoever does it, because I just channel the energies. Okay, so I'm just the speaky box. That's all I am. I'm a pair of hands and a voice box. That's all I am. Okay, so what else we need to know? Yeah, 7 of air. So, like I said, fallow ground. So plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. So perhaps going towards this person or creating, recreating maybe this situation. I do feel it's a recreation. So to me, it feels like the renewal. There's been some fallow ground. However, you connected in the first instance. It was down to divine timing. You weren't supposed to make or come into a union with this person. It wasn't, it sounds weird, doesn't it? It wasn't supposed to happen. So that dissipation between both of you, that void, was there for a reason. And I feel it's for you to work out exactly what you want. And perhaps there's a life lesson in there. The universe said, no, timing's off. You're going to have to wait for this, because you do see them as the sun and the 9 of water. So you do hold a lot of emotion for this person, but you want to almost come towards them correctly, without any baggage, without anything from the past haunting you. So you're free to explore this or create it or reconnect with this person. Respark this situation. Wow. What else do we need to know for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, highest messages only in relation to this reading. In relation to this reading. I just looked at the camera, my hands are huge, I do apologise. What else do we need to know for Aquarius, please? Okay, didn't quite make it out the pack, but yeah, a lot of thinking, Aquarius. You tend to, whoever I'm connecting with, tends to think a lot. You are a thinker of the zodiac more than probably an action, an action sign. So we've got 6 of air. So you tend to look at the situation in minute detail. Things are looking up the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So you're almost like thinking, I feel, with this here, the 6 of air and the Knight of fire. It is the end of that difficult situation. You're free to explore this however you want to. And you're in the mindset of actually getting up on that steed and moving in a very physical way. You've thought about coming towards this person in a physical sense. Gorgeous. So you've been thinking about moving towards them physically. Now that is difficult at these times, okay? Everybody knows we're in a time of crisis globally. So worldwide travel, if it is worldwide travel, you could live in 2 completely different countries, completely different towns, cities, however it resonates. But travel's restricted at this point in time. So perhaps it's been quite cathartic, I feel, for you to just sit in these energies and mull things over and decide then to move towards this person. But you do want to physically come towards them. Oh, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Okay. So what was I saying about something legal? So I do see that this Justice card here, it could be that you're dealing with, I don't know, a Libra. It's Libra energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a Libra that you're dealing with, but that's just the energy. It's the star sign of the card. So you're legally divorcing the past. Fair and just decisions. Something's not working. And this is why I feel that you've been put into this ego headspace here. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So cutting away the past in a very legal way, I feel. So for you, in tandem with this card here, the ego card, being overly focused on material things, rather than come towards this person as incorrect, you're doing the right thing by getting yourself stable, because there has been a period of great instability, and it could do with a legal divorce. There's that stamp. That stamp, I saw it's over. Those documents are signed. So once that happens, so perhaps that's the reason for you thinking, just sitting thinking about this, you're finally free to release all of this past energy and come towards this person in a very physical way. Okay, beautiful. But we also have, look at this. How gorgeous is this? You do consider them to be a soulmate. It's almost like I get from this card, they are the other half of you. Wow. And perhaps through this situation here, it's kind of like an epiphany moment that you want to connect with this person. You want to build something with them. You want to declare this situation here. You want to come in with a truth to tell this other person how you feel and what's been going on in your life, because there hasn't been any communication between both of you. This is why you're trying to re-spark it with this very cheeky message here, which is in itself really cute. Okay, so yeah, Hermit's Journey. So like I said, from that sorry, I can't flipped over in there. From that from this situation here, very heady. Very heady. Now, I almost feel that you didn't know it was for your highest good. You did know, sorry, not like you didn't, but you went around with this false self mask on, so you knew this situation wasn't for your highest good anyway. And I feel that you've been sitting there thinking about this one to a huge degree. You've just been thinking about it. No, I think it's taken you an inordinate amount of time to get towards this justice energy and this release energy, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Well, and this Hermit's Journey, I'll get to that in a moment, but it's almost like not making a decision to reconnect with this one here that you do consider to be your soulmate, but also sitting in this energy here, not wanting to move away from it because you're focused on materialism. But the universe is turning, the wheel's turning and saying, no more, no more. You can't just sit. We need action. There's that stamp. It's over. Wow. And there you go. Off you fly. But we've got this Hermit card here as well. So in order to come towards this person, okay, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation. I was saying, just sitting in your own thoughts. Along this Hermit's Journey, you recognise what this or who is your soulmate. Like I said, it's like an epiphany moment. Although they haven't given you the awakening card or the life experience card yet, I say. So yeah, gorgeous. But you do consider them to be your soulmate. Oh, crumbs, look at you go. Ace of Fire and Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration. Seeing the truth of a situation. They are your soulmate. A challenging beginning because there's some fallow ground between both of you, and I think that you want to re-spark this. You've got to the mindset of re-sparking this. So yeah, more passion, more thought, more passion. So you want to offer them a truth, a truthful beginning, and you want to offer them passion as well, a brand new start, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. So changing your life and birthing this universe of Aquarius and whoever, but very definitive energies here, very, very, very confidently coming in and saying, you are the one for me. Wow. That is gorgeous. And almost like I can see you declaring that with that King of Air. We should be together. You are the one for me. Gorgeous. Yeah, but very confidently coming in now. You see the progression in energies wise. Page, King, Ace. So it's almost like you're waiting. that tiny message, once it builds and it's reciprocated, it's almost like, quick, let's get it going. But also this change your life now, it could be that the thought of you physically moving towards this person is tied in with something to do with career advancement, and that void between you is lessened. The physical distance between you is lessened, and I think that energetic, well, you'll never leave each other energetically anyway, because you are soulmates, or you consider them to be your soulmate, so they pick up on your energy, perhaps you pick up on theirs, and it's kind of like, I get from this card here, they've never left you, they've never left your side, they've always been there. But whether or not we recognize these connections and relationships, whether or not we awaken to them, and it's at what stage in life that we do that. But they've always been there. Wow. Okay. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes we never recognize it, and souls perhaps come into contact with each other, soulmates, and they don't recognize that soul connection. But I think that you have either awakened to it, or you already knew it was there, but perhaps hiding from it. It's that vision of you going towards the shoreline and dipping your toe in the water, not too sure if the other person is going to say, oh yeah, you're my soulmate. Then you can dive into those deep waters. And I feel that's the insecurity for you. It's actually opening up and saying, okay, I feel this on a whole different level. How do you feel? And almost like retreating back to a beach hut and closing yourself inside, going, I don't want to know if it's negative. Seriously, that's the energy. Because I think you're waiting for the other person to say the same thing, so it's a level playing field for both of you, to explore this connection. It's kind of like waiting for the other person. Are they going to say it? Are they going to say it? Are they going to say it? Are we going to say, oh, I don't know what to do? Very push me, pull you energy from this side here. So 9 of Earth, enjoying life's little luxury, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So like I said, working on your own stability in order to come towards this person, or perhaps when you come towards them, you're working alongside that. So you're reconnecting and working on yourself at the same instance. Gorgeous. But you want to be stable, and you want to come towards this soulmate connection correctly. Not, insecure about the situation or nervous. You want to come in as very, very, very confident. Even though this tiny message here, this reconnection, however it happens, is just a tiny message. It's not a declaration. But it does get to that stage. Too many cards. Okay. What else does Aquarius need to know in this gorgeous reading? What does Aquarius need to know? For some reason today I feel like a storyteller. There used to be a really old, I don't know, when I was a child, program called The Storyteller, and it used to have this animation before it started, this guy with a lute, I think it was, and he was dressed a bit like Robin Hood, and it had like a fox. And I remember as a child somebody bought me the book for the annual for Christmas. It was huge. I mean, I was only little, and it just like popped into my head. I'm a storyteller, something I don't know, YouTuber. It was great when I was a kid. So I don't wow. So I don't know if that means something to someone during this reading. Perhaps it was somebody from that time, a child from your childhood, or formative years, that is your soul connection, because that could be the connection between why they gave me that. It is a certain era, so I think is it 1980s? So whoever, wow, it could be a message for someone. I need to speak it, even if it isn't, because it needs to be heard. They're telling me, yeah, I'm a storyteller. That's so strange. Wow. Whoops. No. Just trying to spit the cards out everywhere. We take, okay, we're going to take these ones, we're going to put those ones back, they told me. So yeah, you want to be victorious in this. You want to have this other person think about you in the same way that you think about them. But I think that you already know that anyway. It's just physical confirmation, it's spoken word confirmation rather than energies, because I think you can pick up on each other's energies, but it's not spoken. But you want this in a very physical sense. Victory, good news on its way, public recognition. It's almost like people are saying, pat on the back for a job well done, coming back to this person that you do consider to be your soulmate. So yeah, and like I said, you want something that's very physical. You want to come towards them physically, not just in energy terms. So we've got intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. So you want to create a life with this person that you do consider to be your soulmate. And look, you've turned up in your own reading. Wow. So I almost get they are the sun and the stars to you. It is a divine union. It is written in the stars. Happy time to make positive, optimistic, long-term plans and on the right path. So you do see this connection as having longevity, and it is for the future. This is what you want. You want this person in your life. Sorry, I'm just going to pull that down just a bit. Excuse me. Now we've got this Knight of Air, so action card again with this. So we've got the Knight of Fire. So very truthfully, wow, there's a lot of air and fire and air on this board. Perhaps you're dealing with, not necessarily, I'm just looking at the amount of fire and air. Perhaps you're dealing, because you're an air sign, perhaps you're dealing with a fire sign, or want to move towards a fire sign. Not necessarily. Okay, so we've got this Knight of Air, so very wanting to move forward. So that's thoughts of moving forward, but this is physically moving forward, energetically wise. So from thoughts to pushing your energy out to this person, making energetic moves towards them. Okay, do we need okay, they're saying yeah. So we've got this Moon card here. So yeah, I feel that it's a real struggle for you to come out of this energy here. This one that's not been for your highest good for some reason, or whatever space, energetic space that you're in. It's such a struggle to come out of this situation. I feel that it's almost like taking its toll on you. Wow. So we've got this Moon card here. Important psychic insights. You know what to do. You know who your soulmate is, and you want to move towards them. Events behind the scenes. Yeah, because you're wearing a full self mask. As she looked towards us, okay, everything would be revealed on her face through her eyes. So she's standing there purposefully not looking at us. So release fears that hold you back. And I feel the fear of this person here, whoever the soulmate is kind of like not rejection, or them not recognizing the connection because you have recognized it now. Or perhaps you already know. And the truth of the situation is, how do I tell the other person I've known them for millennia almost? That I've known from the first moment I saw them that they were my soulmate. Wow. Imagine what a bombshell that would be. But this other person already feels that because of the energy you share between each other. They'll be able to pick up on energy shifts between you both. So in effect, they will know when you're up, you will know when they're down. You speak in the language of just energy. It's 8 of Water. So wanting to move away, not from the soulmate, from just this energy You want it to be tangible. Desire to move on the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So you understand through this hermit's journey what this person means to you and why you're feeling the way you are, or why you feel that pull towards them. Because you were trying to fight it over here for some reason. You're trying to not even face up to the connection. Because I feel that the energy is that profound. It's almost like both of you. What did I say last week? And this was Aries' reading. How strange. About looking in Pandora's box and then shutting the lid and not letting it out. Because that's the strength of the energies between both of you. It's huge. The shift, the pull towards each other. Like, you know, this huge two magnets coming together and just sticking. But instead, both of you can feel that pull, and over time you've pulled and pulled and got closer and closer. But then you've retreated backwards for some reason. I do see that as a life lesson. There is something both of you needed to go through in order to come back together to each other. But I feel that perhaps it's yourself, Aquarius, that has not fully opened up to this connection and seen it, recognised it. It's almost like taking a blindfold off and going, oh no, we can't do it. And putting the blindfold back on. That's how it feels. It's like, I know you're there. Okay, I'll try a little bit. Okay, oh, that's too much. And it's the feeling that you get from this connection is overwhelming. Wow, I've got it again. That's so strange. I never, ever, ever, ever have nervous hands in readings, and they've just come over so nervous and sticky. So whoever I'm connecting with, that stickiness is related to this reading. They're so nervous about coming towards this Aquarius. Well, yeah. Whoever I'm connecting with is so nervous about this connection. So nervous. It's almost like they acknowledge it, but they just... It's such a struggle for them to even come towards you. If you're a cross-watcher and you are dealing with an Aquarius, my gosh, they are so nervous about even recognizing this, or even, I think they recognize it energetically, like I said, but I think just speaking about it to you brings about an inordinate amount of insecurity within themselves, because they're of the mindset that you're going to go, you're bonkers, jog on, you know, and that's almost how I see them feel. Yeah, they're really nervous, but they are so fired up to get towards whoever it is. And Aquarius, if you're reading this, if you're watching this, if you're reading it, you could be reading it with me. Yeah, whoever I'm connecting with, they are very nervous about this. It gives them sticky fingers, even feeling the emotion that they feel for this connection, this person, situation that they want to create. So, yeah, we've got this strength card here. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. So almost like it takes great inner strength, Aquarius, to come towards this person, as we've just gone through. But release harsh judgments. I do see that as you reconnecting with someone. So there has been some history between both of you. So perhaps to realise, perhaps it was a missed opportunity between both of you. Those cards don't indicate that, but could very well be. And you're having to forgive the other person that you know is your soulmate for not fulfilling this. It's almost like a soul contract. Not fulfilling this relationship, which is divine. It is divinely guided. It is supposed to happen. You feel it's supposed to happen. I think the universe is just saying it is supposed to happen. It's that strong. So forgiveness and compassion. So forgiveness for the past, forgiveness for yourself for not recognising this connection sooner, and coming in as very grounded, wanting to get this or wanting to reconnect with this person. Okay, so what else do we need to know? Is there anything else that we need to know for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, in relation to this reading, and highest messages only, please. Highest messages only. Okay. Yeah, there. So I feel that clearing away this instability, and is instability, inner instability, 5 of fire, competing goals. It's almost like you're very, like, push me, pull you energy. You're competing with yourself almost. Why are you doing that? It's almost like half of you says, quick, let's go forward, and the other half goes, no, 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 let's go back. There's that betwixt energy. So it is conflict of internal energy. It's moving forward. Your head is very much ruling this. Your thoughts, even though the desire to move towards them is very, very, very strong, in your heart or your spirit, your soul wants to move forward, but it's always kept, trapped by your thoughts and your mind. You're not here. It's almost like you've opened your heart space. That little box is open and you can kind of like let everything out, but very ruled by ego, which is the mind. But you're clearing away that sense of moving forward. Queen of Air. You're thinking about it again, but look at her, very confidently, objective decision making, making that decision. My heart and my spirit is not going to be controlled by my low vibrational thoughts any longer. And that's how it seems that you are ruled by negative and insecure ways of thinking, and only because, and it's not a dig or anything, because all of us go through this. I've gone through it. Everybody goes through these periods of insecurity. So do not feel that you are on your own or I'm pointing the finger at you, blaming you. It's not. Everybody goes through these transitional points. And it's how we deal with that, how we move through them, how we seal them off for the future in order to get the best out of our situations. So yeah, I'm not pointing the finger at all, but yeah, clearing away all that no longer serves you. So seeing things in a very negative light, or because this situation here, let's face it, if it is a divorce or the demise of a relationship, as in the division of goods, my God, that's going to take its toll on you, and you are going to get stuck in energies that are very cyclic and very suck the life out of you almost. All your energy and all you're consumed about or consumed with is thoughts, because you can't move forward until that piece of paper has been stamped. And that's how it feels. So no wonder you've been sitting in this melee of just thoughts, because you have been restricted. In a sense, you have been restricted by this legal situation here. You need to, it's almost like I said, coming towards this person correctly. So it feels like you've been waiting to have a piece of paper stamped in order to move forward. But I feel that this one here was an unwise choice, and that's the false sense of entrapment. You trapped yourself. You've been thinking about this soul connection here, but you trapped yourself in a very legal situation for some reason, and perhaps that is tied into materialism, but you're definitely moving away from that mindset now, which is beautiful. Yeah, so you've got this, sorry for waffling, serves you seeing humour in a situation. It's almost like laughing at yourself and saying, that was a bit of a bad choice, I could have done this sooner. That's exactly the words that ring in my ears. But you could have, but it would have failed. There's a life lesson, and divine timing is at play in this connection heavily. It wasn't supposed to get off the ground then. It's supposed to get off the ground now, because you're recognizing this situation, this person, for who they mean to you inside, not just through the eyes of materialism or low vibrational ways of thinking. Come on, we all live, we've got to face it, guys, we all live in a very artificial environment that we've created for ourselves, and that is consumerism, unfortunately. if we didn't do what we do, if we didn't buy into what we buy into, if we didn't, you know, upgrade that car, if we didn't want to seem like we were doing the best, you know, in our situations, materially, none of this, you know, would be the huge mountain that it is now. And to be perfectly honest, we don't need all of that. We don't. It's sold to us as a, you know, just to keep us. And it sounds awful, and I hate to say this, but it's almost like a slave to the wheel. Because if we don't buy into all of those things, we're told as, and this comes from ego as well, we're told that we're not good enough. What a load of bull. Seriously, it is. It's a crock of rubbish that's been sold to us. Not saying that I don't like nice things, because I do, but I reflect back on, and I think a lot of people have done this now. Sorry to railroad your reading, but they're telling me to tell you. During this pandemic and this COVID situation that we're experiencing now, which is global, okay, we have gone back to almost like core values. Well, some of us have. We've had this, and it is like a spiritual awakening. A lot of us have thought, oh my gosh, and a lot of people have lost out during this pandemic. They've lost their jobs, they've lost their houses, they're, you know, really struggling. Okay. And for some people, it's because they've bought into a consumerist society that they are struggling. We don't need all these trappings. Who is going to remember you? I'll give you an example now, which I think is hilarious. Okay, who's going to remember you? Say Joe Bloggs down the road, when he passes over, or his mortal body goes, who's going to remember him for the Jaguar XJS that he owned? Nobody. They're going to say at his funeral, they're going to say what a brilliant person he was, blah, 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 gave to the community, everything else, was really loving. You know, nobody's going to say, oh, yes, Sandra Doodah down the road, okay, and a eulogy. They're not going to say, she had a beautiful 3-piece suite and a £1 million house. What? I'm not saying that we shouldn't buy into those things, but they shouldn't rule our lives, and we shouldn't feel defunct as human beings for not having those things. So when we look at, wow, I really am railroading, I'm so sorry, but they're telling me to tell you, for some reason, you know, looking at those advertisements on television and seeing the new car, blah, 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 blah. We sit there and we think, oh, that's a nice shiny person that's sitting in that car. Look at what a joyous life they have. It's a 30, what, a minute advert, maybe 30-second, and we're sold that. And then people inevitably go, oh, yeah, let's go and buy that car that's going to take 20 years to repay. There you go. You're kind of like tied into that consumerist society, I would say. And it just crescendos. I think that we should all come from a place of love each other, you know, have the things that we want, that make us happy, but not to be forced down our throats, or to be made feel less of a human being, or less capable of doing a job, or less capable of leading the life that we want to. And the badge for that is something that's going to weigh heavy around our necks for the next 20 years. That's not a sign of, okay, you know, you're doing well in life. It just means that you've bought an inordinately expensive car that in effect you can't take it with you when you go. So it should all come from love. It should come from kindness and compassion. I have much more respect for people who talk to people in a very nice way, who are kind, who go out their way for people, who consider, you know, who are kind and compassionate to each other and want to make a difference in this world. That doesn't mean that, you know, I'm one of these, I have a weird way of thinking. It's just because I'm heavily invested in humanity. I was born this way, fortunately or unfortunately for me, because I feel things on a very profound level, and sometimes that can be a detriment to me, and sometimes it can be very inspiring as well. But to be told that you're less of a person because you don't have that pair of shoes, or you don't have a brand named, I don't know, bag, or you don't shop at a certain shop, is just ridiculous to me. Really is ridiculous. And to almost like enslave your future to that is also very ridiculous. And I have done it, so I can say, you know, it was ridiculous. And I look back at myself now, and sometimes it's so weird. I'll stand for a second and I'll say, thanks, past, for making my future a little bit harder. Perhaps if you hadn't have thought in those terms, then things would be a little bit better now, you know. I could have been, progressed a little bit further. And that's not in material things, but just in stability in general. But as I said, it's a global pandemic now, and everything's out of our hands. So cutting our cloth to suit ourselves seems to be the biggest thing on the agenda at the moment. And this is why they've asked me to present you with that dialogue that I can't even remember what I've just said, because I told you I'm just a speaky box. I have to look back at the videos and think, wow, where did that come from? Because I am just channeling. So whoever I'm connecting with or reading for, they've been heavily invested in something consumerist and materialist. And, you know, that they're asking me to look at this mountaintop. I think they're... Why would you give me... Right, okay. So they're giving me a really expensive car on the top of a mountain. I don't know who that's for. But it's like the decision between that way of life or that way of life. And it's almost like being tied or freedom. Because at the top of the mountain, they've got nothing except climbing gear, which is, they're free from the material world. So it's almost like I don't know if this is your message, but it's almost like a spiritual ascension. 8 of water. So it's ascending spiritually and noticing that you don't need all that, but what you need is to be able to be open and honest and free and away from fear and ego. Wow, that took so long to explain, but that was the nub of everything, and they made me tell you about consumerism. Oh my God. And the reason for that is because you needed to hear it, whoever it was for. I'm so sorry if it's not yours. Just flip through the video. That must have been so painful to try and get through. I do apologise, but you know, it's there for a reason. So, okay, so let's move on. So flying away very confidently towards this person now. Stretch your wings and fly away from consumerism, I think, in a more simpler life. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity in creating the life that you want. I think on a more simplistic level, whoever that's for, because they needed to hear all of that. Wow. Five of an unwise choice. What did I say about this one being an unwise choice? Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. So there was something icky in that connection in the first instance, but I feel that it was on both of your sides for some reason. It feels like they're giving me elevating status. Wow. Okay. Whoever that's for. So the union of you and this unwise choice elevated your status. Wow. Okay, so that's the reason why they gave me that massive long kind of like stand on the soapbox session, because you needed to hear it. Wow. Okay. Still blows me away. Still blows me away, I tell you. Okay, so you want to put some time and effort into this situation now. Give some money, time or effort. New career opportunities. Receiving a loan or paying off debts to create stability and freedom. Oh my gosh. And do you know what I've just got, which is the weirdest thing? I've just got Mel Gibson, you know, on that. Oh, wow, they're really going for it today. on that field of oh, what is it called? And I can't remember the film. And he says, they can take our land, they can take our women, but they will never take our freedom. And he gets everybody rallied to say, yeah, we're being oppressed. We don't want this anymore. We want freedom to be expressing ourselves. We want freedom to run our lives in the way that we want to. And that's almost like, it's so spooky. That's what it is. It's that film. Mel Gibson. Oh my God. Seriously. And it's one of my favourite films as well. It's just gone right out of my head. See, that's... Wow. I hope this resonates with someone, because they're making me go through all this stuff, and it might just not resonate with anyone out there. But I just hope it does. And if it does, please let me know. But please remember, I am just a speaky box. It's not me being pokey. You know, 4 or 5. Yeah, contentment, peace and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project, coming back round to this person, or even recognising the soul connection between both of you. And as always, look at this, a huge reading for you again, Aquarius. Because it's somebody that's having, perhaps somebody in the collective is having an inordinately bad time. The energy shifts are huge, and every week I seem to connect with that one person. It could relate to the collective, but it seems like an individual for some reason. I connect on a whole different level. It is quite strange for me as an empath to connect with everybody, because I do take on everybody's energies as well, which is, I have to shield myself. I do an affirmation before I come to this board, so I don't take on the energy of the person, because I feel it on such a profound level. I'm channeling that energy, I'm challenging it through my guides. So yeah, you do see waffling again. Please stop it. King and Queen of Fire. I'm so sorry. We've got focus, focus, focus. Like I said, very, very, very confident coming towards this person. Be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Well, it is a divine union. You do see this as a divine union, but it, like I said, it is a leap of faith for you. You're putting all your faith in this person being on the same page as you. Look, things not turning out the way you'd hope, not seeing a positive in a situation, crying over spilt milk. So I do see this, it's a reconnection, rebirth of it. But yeah, I put you in a very depleted heart space over here with this connection, and also going towards this one, or the demise of it, because I said it was down to divine timing. So it put you in a very depleted heart space, even this soulmate situation dissipating. Okay, what else do we need to know for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, in this very long reading again. Aquarius, what else do they need to know? Okay, yeah, you want to offer them, again, very, 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 very determined energies. The Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual and emotional growth, enhanced intuition, a new home for your heart. But you also want to come towards them. You want to offer them the truth, a truthful new beginning. You want to offer them the truth, a truthful beginning, a passionate new start, a whole different way of life. And also you want to offer them your love, your heart. That's huge. It's almost like a commitment in itself, and I see that as you coming in very committed to this. And that Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, a positive resolution of a conflict. It does say to me that you do want this person in your life for the rest of your life. You no longer want to hide from them. You no longer want to hide from this connection. Those sticky fingers have gone. They're bone dry now. That's so strange. Yeah, so strange. It's yeah, you just want a very, very, very committed relationship with this person. Very committed. But yeah, High Priestess, but still kind of like hiding a bit. And I think from this very tiny message here, the Page of Fire, when you communicate or reconnect with a very tiny message, you're still holding back. You're still waiting You're waiting for that ideal opportunity to open up. Have patience, listen to your intuition, have patience, carefully consider what you want before acting. So, but you've done that anyway through this inordinate amount of sitting in your own thoughts. Okay, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know for Aquarius, please? Aquarius in love. Aquarius in love. Anything else? Anything else for Aquarius, please? Oops. Okay, wow. So I've just been sitting on my knees for about the best part of an hour. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay, so yeah. So they've given you 4 cards all at once. So we're giving you the Page of Water, so coming in very friendly, but also with emotion. You're kind of like, yeah. But intuitively, you know that to respark this, you're going to have to come forward and put some kind of effort into the situation. A new person enters your life, of a relationship begins a new phase just by you sending that very cheeky but friendly message. And getting rid of instability actually seals off that instability that you feel over here. As soon as you come in, that wheel turns, all instability is brushed away. It's 10 of Water, contented, and this is what you ultimately want. Something that's very emotive. You want to be able to love again. A contented and rewarding family life, your emotional and material needs are met, trustworthy relationships, they are your soulmate. And also this 3 of Air, great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself and others. I think the need to forgive yourself and others from the demise of this situation, for this situation not getting off the ground, and for you not coming towards them sooner. But remember, it was down to divine timing. Okay, so it never would have worked in the first instance. So don't beat yourself up about it. Okay, so what else do we need to know? And I am going to seal it off. Seal? Wow, that's weird. I'm going to sign it off. Some of the things that are coming out today with some angel answers and romance angels. So, as always. Sorry it's so long, but sometimes they take this, there's like a little merry-go-round, and the reason why that is the way it is because you need to hear something within that. I mean, they could have just said, look, it's the division between, I don't know, a really big car and you being free on the top of a mountain, but they do it in such a way as whoever it is I'm connecting with will understand why I've gone through, or they've gone through, that diatribe of kind of situations of information, because it's not me just waffling. Even though I think it is, it's not. I just can't stop. That's it. Once the floodgates open, it's like I'm being open and receptive. It's like I am almost taken over. It's such a strange feeling, because I don't have this feeling during the day unless I connect with somebody that has a very strong energy, or if I allow myself to connect with individuals on an energetic level. So say somebody could be having a very hard time in the same room as me. If I am open, if I allow myself, I say allow because I do an affirmation, I try to put a shell on. So I ask my spirits and my guides to protect me from anything, from any negativity. But if it's that profound and I pick up on it, yeah, I'll start feeling what they feel, and I will have to open a dialogue to get them to talk about it. It's so strange. Or even if I can pick up that they're feeling a bit funny and it's a stranger, they will just open up to me. I don't know what they see or how they feel, because obviously they feel a sense of calmness and not being judged by anybody, but the people do to actually fight back. It's like they're trying to close their mouths with their fingers from speaking, but it just spills out, and it's just like overwhelming, and they stand there and they've got big eyes on as if to say, where the hell did that come from? And I'm just kind of like calmly standing there going, okay, I understand. You need to open up to someone, and I am that person. I don't know what they see or how they feel when they're around me. It must be quite calming for them to be so open and honest. And these are just complete strangers. It's a very, very, very weird thing, but you know, you tend to understand it over time. I didn't understand it for a very, very, very long time. I didn't even know. I know there was something about me that could help people, but I didn't realize what it was. And through my teenage years, it became very confusing for me. And it was only up until probably I got past into my middle 20s that I actually thought, wow, there's something really strange here. I need to explore it on a greater level. And then it wasn't till my 30s, and even now I'm fully open and receptive to it, and I acknowledge it for what it is, because people used to say to me, I'm too sensitive, and almost kind of like tell me it was a weakness. They made me feel weak, they made me feel inept, they made me feel less of a person for caring. Like, it's not a switch that I can switch on and off. So if somebody's feeling inner turmoil and I am near them, I will exhibit that. And even in conversation as well. It's really strange. Okay, so I'm going to shut up now. So we've got look for a sign. I'm having to stand up, guys, because my knees are actually giving out, because I'm just kneeling on what is a tiny piece of carpet on a very, very hard concrete floor. So I'm going to have to stand up, I'm afraid. So we've got look for a sign. What else do we need to know for Aquarius, please? Aquarius. Bear with me 2 seconds, because I think I'm going to have to take a sip of coffee, because this has gone over an hour. Back again. I've had to... It's so... Oh dear. Yeah, I couldn't even... I have to kneel to do the cards. Seriously. They went, no, get back to the board. I'm like, okay then. So, and still that nervousness has come back out again. So whoever I'm connecting with, you're very nervous. Okay. If you believe in the connection, if you believe this is the right course of action, we've got listen to your intuition, look for a sign to reconnect. If you believe, improving health, so that's coming out of that very stressful situation. Anything else for Aquarius, please? Anything else in relation to this reading that is huge? And I just hope that people watch it to the end. Unlikely. For some reason. What else do we have for Aquarius, please? Because it doesn't matter how long these videos are, it's a message that needs to be heard for someone out there, so I can't deny it. That's in the first instance of Mystic Freyja. If you have a look right back to the beginning, I used to get loads and loads and loads of tarot, and I didn't know really what to do with it. The messages that were coming out and I was connecting with people on a completely different level, and it was quite bamboozling. I got very, very worried as an empath that the videos would never connect, because it was a tiny channel. I don't pay for subscribers. I don't believe in that. If you like the content and you want to be a subscriber, then you will click that notification bell or subscribe. So I'm not going to buy people just to say to YouTube, oh look, I've got 15 million subscribers, when it's a falsehood. That would go against every my core being. You know, people have told me, go and buy the subscribers, get more subscribers on. No, because if they want to come, it's free will. I'm not going to pay for it. You know, if you like the content and you connect with me as a reader, then that's fantastic. We've got helpful people. We've got it's up to you. And we've also got, it's up to you to make this decision, I feel. And look at that, perfect timing, because it was down to divine timing in the first instance. If you do hear any background noise, unfortunately, I don't have any control over that at all. Okay, So, listen to your intuition, reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. We've also got look for a sign, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. You can come out into this King of Air energy and this Ace of Air, Ace of Water and Ace of Fire. If you believe, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yeah. So I think it's going retrograde. It's something that just, perhaps it's a friendship that dissipated. And finally, you're wakening up to that, recognizing the relationship and why are you still thinking about it? I think that's the question that you're asking yourself. Why am I still thinking about this person? Why do I feel a closeness to them? Why do I feel a pull to them? And it's because they are your soulmate. They're there for a reason. Improving health, we've got here, it's not unrequited, so there's that, sending that message. See, dipping your toe in and feeling a bit of insecurity. Once you reconnect with them, you find out that other person is not unrequited. Improving health, unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. No, there is. Okay, so what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know for Aquarius? And last week I did something different on everybody's reading to Aquarius. I did a reading for the other person, how they feel when you come back in. So I may do that today. What you thought was unlikely actually is likely. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah, King of Air energy. Gorgeous. Just telling them the truth. Helpful people. That's love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So discussing it with friends and saying to friends, okay, how can I come towards this person? I've recognized who they are to me now. How can I re-spark it? And there's that victory, public recognition. They're saying to you, oh, you're recognizing that connection now. Well done. Okay, we'll help you. It's up to you. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Yes. What else do we need to know for Aquarius? Perfect timing. We've got trust. This situation is calling you to have faith. Perfect timing. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sync with joy. Flipping hell, these cards are coming out really fast now. Wedding. Perfect timing. This situation involves marriage. It involves you having a very, very, very committed relationship with this person. You see commitment. You see something that is for the long haul. Sorry, that card didn't flip out, so I'm not going to take it. Anything else for Aquarius, please? Anything else for Aquarius? Okay. We've got here soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. More confirmation there for you. Also calling them in. I think that you've been doing this all along, even through that very sticky period of trying to make a decision, that hermit's journey. You've been looking at either, I don't know, photographs, or why they would give me the storyteller, I don't know. There's something significant with that. Perhaps it's the time that you've both grown up together. You can connect with that from your childhood. You're looking back at those times and you're saying, you're recognizing who this person is to you, and you're calling them in. The universe picks up on that information and that energetic shift, and works on your behalf, and you're reeling this other person in. This other person is feeling the change in energies as well, and is thinking, what's going on there? But probably not paying that much attention to it till the signs and synchronicities start to get huge, and then it kind of like slaps them in the face, and like, whoa, okay, something's going on. And that's when you pop in with your tiny message. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Anything else for Aquarius, please? This is going to be about an hour and a half. I hope you watch it. Anything else for Aquarius? Yeah. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Beautiful reading. Well, we are going to have a look and see how the other person feels, but I am just going to have a sip of coffee. Right, okay. So how does the other person feel? about Aquarius? How does the other person feel about this situation? How does the other person feel when Aquarius comes in? How does the other person feel about Aquarius? Okay. Ooh, King of Wands. So they want forward movement as well. They want to move this connection. They do recognise it, but they want some action in there. They want either you to move towards them or not. Just got a phone call there from someone. It doesn't normally happen in readings, but anyway, but they've been defending this connection. They've been looking at it through, I don't know, they've almost like kept you, and I get this sense of they've kept you in their hearts and minds for such a long time now. They want it. We've got this, yep, they want friendly communication. They want to bridge that gap with you too. But they also want you to put the effort in, and I feel that that's paramount in their minds at the moment. They want you to put the time and effort in to make something that's stable for the future. They want you to be present and in the moment. They want this steady communication. Yeah, they're still defending this situation. Oops. Even though I get a sense of, it's like from this card here, this Four of Swords, intuitively it feels like it's the last dance. They're battling in their minds whether or not this is ever going to come into fruition, or why these energy shifts are happening. They can feel it's like they're on the edge of a precipice, and they can feel this energy gaining momentum, but it's like a freight train coming towards them. Is it going to stop? Is it just going to go because you're going through all these energy shifts? They can feel it. Yeah, the Emperor. So they're having to be strong within themselves when you come towards them. I do feel this is a bit of a Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's a bit of a burden. They feel burdened by this, and I feel because they've kept hold of this connection in their heart and mind, and because there's no movement from you, or it's taken a huge amount of time to move, or to get communication, or to reconnect, they feel burdened by it, but they don't want to give up on it, even though it is a burden to them. It's almost like, do I give up? I need to pull back my energy kind of feeling. But they do want communication here, and there is swift communication. I feel that they want you to come in quite swiftly. They want to exchange communication with you on a very, and keep it consistent, keep the flow they're giving me. But they do want to offer you a brand new beginning. They want a brand new beginning with you. It's page, yeah, it's friendly communication between both of you. It's steady. Knight of Pentacles, steadily coming. Or this is why they're a bit burdened by it. It has been steady. And I feel that that's both of your energies coming towards this resolution between both of you. But they do want steady, truthful, friendly, passionate communication. And note the decision for them whether or not to actually invest anything else into this. Do they like me? Don't they like me? I can feel these energy shifts. Is anything going to happen? Is it just all nonsense and it's just thoughts? And it's never going to happen. So there comes a point where we either say to ourselves, cut and run, and leave it, because there's no progression in there. But even though, see, that's very betwixt energy here. There is the mindset of, look, it's never going to happen, I'm just going to have to withdraw. But they're trying to decide whether or not to do that, and it's been on their minds for some time. We've got this star card here, so they see it as divine. They see it as a divine union too, and it's written in the stars, and you're supposed to come in together. But the choice is, yeah, Seven of Cups. There's a choice to be made. You either put the time and effort in to get to this Ten of Pentacles because that's what they want, which is stability, a rewarding family life. They want a union with you. They want the ultimate relationship with you. But neither of you are approaching it because you're both so scared, I feel. Even though this person knows who you are to them, Aquarius, can feel those energy shifts. It is about stable, steady, friendly communication to build upon something, to build something tangible. But they're almost of the mindset, if it's never going to happen, I'm just going to leave it because I can't keep putting myself through these or recognizing this energy. I'm going to have to close the door on it. Queen of Wands, they too want to see fly, almost fly away from it because there's no steady movement. They want to fly to you, but they also, it's kind of like a scared energy I get from here. They're very confident that you could both do this, but do they stretch their wings and fly away from this community, away from this situation? Do they let their energy move in a different direction? You're flying towards them, but they're almost, I see one foot out the door almost. They do want something that's very, very, very stable. They want to offer you a stable situation. They want you to create a stable situation rather than it just being all energy. An exchange of energy. Yeah, and they've been manifesting you back in as well. Both of you have been in magician mode trying to, because it's that elephant in the room, isn't it? You both recognise what you mean to each other, but neither of you wants to tackle it for some reason. Yeah. Very sexy. We see this lady is a bit like, ooh la la. But they do want the ultimate relationship with you. They want everything. And they do see that a very, very fruitful life with you. Lots of passion. But there is a tower moment, and I feel that that tower moment perhaps happens when you communicate them. See, communication, isn't it? Communicate with them, Aquarius, and it kind of like brings out this, shadow side. They're going to have to work through that. It's a huge sense of lack. All the fears come back up. This tower moment comes back in. Aquarius has message me, what do I do now? All these fears. Oh, I've got to make it a reality. I want it to be a reality. It's going to be a reality. They've messaged me, what do I do? And they're almost like in this justice mode here. There is something that they need to cut their side in order for you to come back to each other or to start this. Queen of Pentacles. But they do want to put their time and effort in, even though they know it's going to be challenging. The road ahead is going to be challenging because they're going to have to cut something in order for you to both create this gorgeous life together here. And they've been waiting for this. Yeah. I feel like they're saying to me, feels a bit of a fool for keeping hold of this energy, but nevertheless, they have no idea how you feel about them. They don't know if you love them, if you feel the connection. They feel a little bit silly for keeping hold of it, but they do know that there's something that you share energetically between you. And they want to come in and they want to offer you their heart. They want you to move towards them in a very loving way. Yeah. And they want this cycle to be complete. No longer just energy exchange between each other, but they want something that's tangible. They want to move to calmer waters because they're going to have to do something that's huge in order for you to come together. Yeah, Queen of Cups, looking at it with this, with love, just wanting to lavish abundance on the situation and open their heart to you, Aquarius. Like I said, memories from your childhood. So it is somebody, they're looking fondly at times that you have either spent together or, like I said, the storyteller. Why would they give me that? It's a period of time that you've spent together, or it is significant for some reason. Don't ask me what. but it's almost like you've shared growing up together in some capacity. It could be children, it could be that they're your childhood sweetheart, it could be that you met each other at school, somewhere along the line of education. Wow. Yeah, and they've been working on their stability as well. Three of Pentacles. They've been working very hard, trying to make themselves stable, trying to recognizing these energies, but then trying to make sense of it and trying to remain grounded, not get carried away with it, because all it is energy. It's nothing that's tangible, but you're coming in with the mindset of making this a reality, though, Aquarius, and the other person kind of like feels that energy gaining momentum, and it's like a freight train coming at them, but they're kind of like thinking, right, okay, I can feel the energy building, but it's just energy, there's no communication. So what's the intent with this energy shift is, I think, the biggest question on their mind. Okay, so I'm going to sign it off with some Moonology cards, and I am so sorry, as always, Aquarius. A long reading. Your hard work is paying off, of course it is. Anything else for Aquarius, please, in relation to this reading? Step out of your comfort zone. So, yeah, that's just you messaging. I think if you don't do anything, Aquarius, with these energy shifts and this energy coming towards this person, if you don't message them, they will be out the door. Their foot's almost out there. Expect a powerful change. We've also got here, adjustments are required. We've also got meditate and contemplate. We've also got personal issue reaches resolution. We've also got here, a fiery climax approaches. Have faith in your dreams. A win-win outcome is forecast and emotions are running high. You're telling me my hands are so sticky. If that did resonate with you and you did see it to the end, apologies for me going through that huge thing about consumerism, but it was there for a reason. It's not me giving you that information. I'm just, like I said, I'm just a speaky box. If it did resonate with you, please like, share, subscribe. Please remember to click the thumbs up button. And I love you loads. Take care.